At 16, I went for a walk in the park with a classmate with whom I had been in contact for a long time. It was spring, the trees were blooming, and the birds were singing. The weather was getting warmer, and we were all excited to get out of the stuffy classroom and enjoy some fresh air. As we walked through the park, we talked about everything and nothing. We discussed our favorite bands, our dream cars, and our plans for the future. We also shared our hopes and dreams with each other and made promises to stay in touch. The conversation flowed easily between us, and it felt like we could talk for hours without running out of things to say. As the sun began to set, we found a spot on a nearby hill to watch the sunset. We sat there in comfortable silence, enjoying the beautiful view and each other's company. It was during this moment that I realized I had developed feelings for my classmate. I had never felt this way about anyone before, and I wasn't sure what to do with these new emotions. We said our goodbyes, and I walked home feeling a mix of happiness and sadness. I was happy to have spent such a wonderful day with my classmate, but I was also sad that it was over. As I lay in bed that night, I couldn't stop thinking about him. I kept replaying the moments we shared in my head, and I couldn't help but smile. In the days that followed, I found myself thinking about my classmate non-stop. I would get butterflies in my stomach whenever he was around, and I started to notice his cute little quirks. The way he laughed, the way he scratched the back of his neck when he was nervous, the way he looked at me. All of these things made me fall in love with him more and more each day. I wanted to tell him how I felt, but I was too afraid. What if he didn't feel the same way about me? What if he rejected me? The thought of rejection was terrifying, and it made me hesitate. One day, I worked up the courage to tell him how I felt. I wrote him a letter pouring out my heart and soul onto the paper. I told him about the day in the park, about how I felt when I was around him, and about how much I liked him. I didn't want to give him the letter directly because I was too nervous. So I asked a mutual friend to deliver it to him. When my friend returned, he told me that my classmate had read the letter and had asked for a moment alone with me. My heart raced as I waited for him to find me. When he finally did, he looked at me with a serious expression on his face. He told me that he liked me too, and he had been waiting for me to make a move on him. Relief washed over me, and I couldn't help but smile. In that moment, we shared a kiss, and it was the most magical feeling in the world. Everything seemed to fade away, and all that mattered was the two of us, and how we felt in each other's arms. From that day on, we were inseparable. We told everyone about our relationship, and we couldn't keep our hands off each other. We went to the park where we had our first date and carved our initials into a tree, a symbol of our love and the start of our relationship. Looking back, I am so grateful for that day in the park. It was the day that I realized I was in love and the day that I met my soulmate.